Hey everyone, welcome to our weekly Team Relentless call. I love seeing so many faces each and every time I've been logging in this year. More and more people are showing up consistently, and I absolutely love it. So I thank you so much for investing your time in myself, the team, and your business. I'm very proud of you. I had a few announcements before we get to our guest speaker. And so number one is we started something new. And I understand that if you work full time or if you have things going on, it may not be possible for you. But we've opened up something new to the team. That way we can all connect, and it gives you a chance to really connect with the team and also be able to share ideas, ask questions, and really, I'm all about having a team culture that is exactly what I want it to be, and that's a family, somewhere safe for you to go, and so that we're not just business partners, but we're friends, and that is what my story has been, so I want that to be open to you. So on the first week of every month, on Monday, we're going to be doing a 1 hour coffee talk call. Some people call it wine night. I'm not drinking, so I decided to call it coffee, and it's during the day. But anyways, the second week is going to be on Tuesday. The third week is going to be on Wednesday. The fourth week it's going to be on Thursday. That way I know that everybody's schedule definitely is different and changes, so it gives you a chance to jump on, possibly maybe once a week. It's about 30 minutes. I am recording them. I have it on a playlist on my YouTube channel, so if you want to pop in and watch the recording, you can. It's a way for us to just talk, and it's not good. I don't want it to be formulated like this weekly call where I'm just the one talking. I want everyone to chime in and just connect, because that's so important. So also, secondly, we decided today, for the people that showed up on the call, our second coffee hour talk, that we were going to do something different. We really focus on Success Club. We focus on achieving emerald rank and diamond rank and so on and so forth. But I see so many people out there who may not have the rank of diamond or a star diamond, but they're doing the work and they're putting in the work, and they are definitely the leaders in our team. And I know what it's like to be a new coach and have all these ideas, but still, not want to interject any of my thoughts, because there's so many people out there that have been doing it longer. But really, that's where we learn, is having different perspective, different feedback. And that's one thing that I really share about the coaching, is that whenever you talk about anything in your life, your fitness, your struggles, anything that has to do with your life, when you talk about it with somebody or publicly, you learn a lot about yourself. You gain another perspective, because I think we all know that when we try to fix a problem or dwell on something that's going on, we only see it our way, and our brain is really crazy. It can talk ourselves in or out of anything. And so having feedback and having a voice really helps, and it helps people, learn. So what we're going to be doing, and I'm going to post about it in the Team Relentless group. We have a Relentless Leaders group, which is Emerald rank or higher coaches, and I've already posted in there, but we have an itinerary. So every week we're going to pick a new coach or somebody who volunteers who wants to be the leader. This number one is because I started this team. I've been running the Team Relentless page for years. And as much as I love all you guys, I've just tied to the page a lot in my messages and my text messages. And I would like to see more of the leaders stepping up and helping out, because you know the answers and you don't need to wait for me. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to have a sign-up sheet. So every week, Monday through Friday, somebody gets the spotlight. Your picture gets to be the banner of Team Relentless. Some people don't care. Other people love that recognition. So if that doesn't motivate you, sorry, but that's part of the perk, is you get to have your face up there, and you get to follow an itinerary of sharing your why, sharing your story, giving your tips, sharing your struggles. I'm not going to go on and on, because I'm going to post it in the group, but there's a certain content. So the thing is, if you're a successful coach, you're doing the same thing, the 4 vital behaviors. But my teaching method is maybe different. My experience, my story may be different. So when you hear it from other people, and you hear that the struggles that they have, especially if they're coaches that have been in this business for a while, it really helps you connect with them. And maybe something that somebody says might just snap in your head and really be that one saying or that one sentence, that one liner that makes you go, aha, I got it. So this is our chance. So don't be shy. Don't be timid. Step up to the plate, because we all want to connect with one another, and I want to see the leaders emerge. I want to see you get comfortable with getting in front of the camera. I want to see you get comfortable with sharing your struggles. And honestly, in Team Relentless, if you can't do it there, it's going to be impossible for you to do it on social media, open up to everybody. So this is your chance to like practice, and we can be your guinea pigs. And this will help us fall in love with you. And this will help us get to know you better. And this will help you dig your roots a little bit deeper within the community. So I urge all of you that whenever you're showing up for the calls, the coffee talk calls, or when you have this opportunity, you step up to the plate and don't just let me or some of the older coaches or the Star Diamond coaches do all the work, because you have great content. I've seen this on these calls lately. A lot of people just sit there, and I know that you have amazing content. I know you have great things to say, and I'm tired of being the one to talk about it. I'm sure all of you are tired of hearing me talk. So this is your chance. So anyways, I'll be posting in the Team Relentless group. And lastly, before we have our guest speaker on, is next week I don't have a guest speaker lined up because most of the people that I've heard from Team Relentless that you want to hear from, they're either not speaking on guest call as guest speakers, or they're tied up. So you get to listen to me, but I have 2 different subjects for you to choose from. So I'm about ready to publish in a minute in the event invite. So check the event invite, and I want you to vote. Do you want next week's call to be talking about how to find your target audience and how to brand yourself? Or would you like it to be the topic of how to run challenge groups and really find your leaders and your coaches and really establish very loyal customers that end up staying with you on this journey, whether as loyal customers or as coaches? So I'm going to publish in a minute. It's a poll. You just have to click on a button and tell me which one you want to go. So the majority rules. And then the next week after that, we have Jenny Palumbo. She is too also a Diesel Nation coach who went from Emerald to 5-star last year. And so she has some amazing content to share. So with much further ado, I give this over to Terriann. She is a relatively brand new coach. She started working her business about a week in, which is, not necessarily the norm, but she took off running, and she really has branded herself and been herself. And I've seen her operate differently than other coaches, but she's had success. So I really want you to listen to her story and maybe not mimic her, but take the message away that it's okay to be you. And then when you are you, you can succeed. But she went diamond in about 5 weeks of working her business within 6 weeks of becoming a coach. So I hope that some of these tips that she shares or her story might resonate with you and give you the drive or the confidence to move forward. So I'm unmuting you, and there you go. Oops. All right, go ahead.
Hi, thanks for having me, Mindy. Terriann, Biagi. It's my second team call. Still nervous. So I have a little piece of paper here with like 4 things. I wanted about 20 to talk about today. So I'm just going to start off by telling you guys why I'm a Beachbody coach. 35-year-old mother of 2 little boys, ages 4 and 5. Smoke a pack of cigarettes a day, used to working on it, smoking a couple a day, not anything to brag about. It's horrible, but it was one of my motivations of why I wanted to start a program. I wanted to have no choice but to have to quit smoking, and I really love it, so I really needed this. I used to be an athlete. Grew up playing all-state softball in the state of Pennsylvania, still hold a state record for home runs. So I've always had that fire, that competitive fire that I missed a lot when I'm sitting on the couch watching a sports movie and it makes me cry because I used to be that and feel that. I knew that I needed something else. How many here, raise the hands, of you guys and girls were athletes growing up and you needed a fire again? Yes. Having a competitive edge is definitely important, and not being shy is definitely important if you want to be a successful Beachbody coach. Sometimes you just have to fake it to make it. I know that Mindy has spoke to all of us before about being really shy, being an introvert, and she literally had to force herself to change, to do the opposite. Nobody's going to know if you're faking it. Just smile and put yourself out there. I had to do some of that. Nobody's ever accused me of being shy, but I definitely had to kick it up a notch. When I decided to sign up to be a coach, it was the day before my 35th birthday. And again, like I said, I knew I needed something different. I needed a change. I ordered my challenge pack through pretty much a stranger. I've met her once for about 10 seconds, and it took about 10 days to get my package. Took a little while, and then it sat in a box in my closet. And I kept saying, tomorrow I'm going to start. Tomorrow I'm going to open it. Tomorrow I'm going to look at it. I didn't. Like weeks it sat in my closet, and then I just started watching YouTube videos and watched people like Anita Myron and Melanie Mitro, and decided that they seemed like normal women just like me. They're moms just like me. There's absolutely no reason that they could do it and I can't. And so I tore open my box and I went balls to the wall. I decided if I was going to do it, I was going to do it right. I was going to do it right now, and maybe got a little carried away. I was Success Club 24 my first full month and 22 last month, and got a little overwhelmed. So if you guys do decide to go balls to the wall, if you have gone balls to the wall and you understand where I'm coming from, being competitive is a good thing. Signing a bunch of people is an awesome thing, but you really have to know what you have to offer for them. So I signed a bunch of people, was super excited, like, oh, I'm kicking butt. I have these huge Success Club points. Now what? How do I guide these people? So I had to take a step back a little bit and reach out to each one individually. I'm the only person who posts in my team page. I talked to Melissa Gallamay about it the other day, and she said that she too, for it felt like maybe 6 months, I think she said, that she was talking to herself. Right now, I am talking to myself, and I'm going to continue to talk to myself until somebody is so inspired that they put their input into. So if that happens to you, apparently it's completely normal. So just stay consistent, keep posting. Speaking of posting, I post 1 to 5 times a day on my regular Facebook page. I know that some people have unfollowed me, including some of my good friends, but it doesn't even matter because the people who need help are not going to unfollow me. They are going to be inspired, and I am going to change some lives. So I've had to get past being cool and caring what people think, and just care more about the people that I can actually help than the people who don't want it. And eventually they might change their mind. Several people, my very first month when I just tore into the program and was going crazy and asking everybody and just really pumped and representing Team Beachbody 100%. A few of my good friends picked on me to my face for going from drinking all the time and partying responsibly. I mean, I have kids, but we partied every Sunday, and to all of a sudden caring about my health and fitness 100% all the way and making a huge change. They totally picked on me, said that it wouldn't last very long. They reached out to me last month and bought a challenge pack, and one of them's an emerald. So they saw that I was gaining more happiness. I was never sad before, but being content and actually being happy are 2 totally different things. And I think they wanted that for themselves too. And the one that went emerald signed his mom, who got off of one of her diabetes medications. She was type 1 since the age of 8. She doesn't take her medicine anymore. She's 63 years old. She contacted me last week. She's lost 21 pounds in the last 5 weeks. It's never happened for her before. Obviously, with the diabetes, probably really hard. But those are the things that drive me. Complete strangers will send you messages telling you that you're inspiring them. People who live 3,000 miles away. How they know who I am? No clue. But that's another important thing that I'm trying to fix too, is when somebody reaches out to me, before I was afraid to ask, like, well, who do you know that I know? Because I don't know, I didn't want to seem invasive or anything, but that's something that I've also started doing, is being more invasive, politely invasive. Like asking for reference, excuse me, I have a cold, sorry. Asking for references. Like I have also done invites where people are just like, no, and I can't turn them around. There is no objection that I can help them with or anything. The answer is just no. Okay, well, I understand that sometimes you're just not interested. You're happy with your bag of chips. You guys should get married. It's cool, whatever. And ask them, is there somebody that you know that you feel like you could help inadvertently by me reaching out? And I've done that, started doing that this week. I've started a bunch of new conversations with people that I would otherwise have not known would actually need the help, and I'm looking forward to getting to knowing them better and giving them the help that they need. So that was another life lesson for me, or Beachbody coach lesson for me, of shyness. I guess that's a degree of shyness, even though I've never thought of myself that way, but you really, really have to dig deep sometimes. What else do I want to talk about? I told you I should have wrote down a lot more. Oh, I want to give you guys a call to action. Speaking of, how many of you guys, raise your hands, maybe actually ask for references? Does anybody? Mindy, do you ask for references? Yes? Do you ask for references on cold invites? Yeah? Awesome. I've never done that. I want to start doing that. I challenge you guys to do that too. Does anybody have any questions that we'll be able to hear?
Anybody have anything?
No?
So I have a question. So what, I guess, what, everybody's story is different, but what was your drive of wanting to get to Diamond? Was it your competitive side, or was it because you're title driven, or, I mean, because I don't know, I just wonder what people go for Diamond. Because for me personally, I went because it was the only thing I'd ever really set a goal for, and I'd never had a title, and so it just seemed really sexy and really amazing, because I was never an athlete or anything. So I'd love to hear your story.
Definitely the title, 100%. It was just, it's the first title that I've had to reach for as a Beachbody coach. To me, Emerald, yes, it's first step. It's a very important first step, but it's the bottom. And so to me, I want to be on the top. And so Diamond, yeah, absolutely the title. I have, well, my husband is one coach. They need half their Emerald away from being a Diamond. And I have another coach on my other leg who's 2 coaches away from being a Diamond. So for me, my drive now is working on those people specifically to get to the next title, to the next thing that makes me feel sexy, right? A 1-star and a 2-star and on and up. Something that was inspiring to me at Super Saturday and a coach's coffee that we just had is I found out that in all of Northern California, Melissa Gallimay, Katrina Zapponi Scott are the only 2 elite coaches in Northern California. That's absolutely freaking crazy. Everybody is slacking or something. Like, there's millions of people that live up here. Like, I'm going to be the 3rd one. That's the next goal. I'm going to be elite in 2016. Something that's been frustrating for me that I'm sure you guys could probably relate with is how come everybody's not competitive? I just can't understand that. How come I can't make all my coaches want it as bad as I want? Like, they're not me. So I'm going to have to sign 100 coaches to get another Diamond. And that's fine. I'm going to sign that 100 coaches. And then I'll go on to another 100 coaches to get the next Diamond after that. But I'm going to put in the work. It has to be me. I can't depend on these other people to do the work for me to get me that sexy title. So that's the goal.
I think that's awesome. And one thing I want to highlight for everybody is that, she does what Melissa Gallimay talked about over and over and over again. She speaks with intention. I've heard so many people say, oh, I hope to get to Emerald, this month. And then this month goes by, and then they say, oh, maybe next month. And then the next month goes by. And then every month that goes by chips away their confidence, where a lot of times, unfortunately, people completely abandon their own journey because they didn't see success in the time frame that they thought that they would see success. And so I want to share with you that, speaking with intention and believing that you can do it and saying that you want it are totally different things. If you aren't concerned about these things, and I know a lot of people who are not rank driven, and that's totally fine. Everybody has their different story. Everybody has their different why. But whatever it is you want to achieve, you have to go out there with intention and say you're going to do it and believe that you're going to do it and put in the work when it's unsexy and not convenient to do what it takes to have that goal happen. If you don't know what you're going for, you're just spinning your wheels. And we talked about this on our little coffee talk hour today, is that if you don't know what you want, then during the hard times and the times when there's distractions, you're not going to stay focused because you don't know why you're doing it. So make sure that you hold yourself accountable, whether it's your upline or it's on a call, or you post in the group, or you write a letter to yourself. I recently wrote a letter to myself in the beginning of the year that I'm going to open it on my 35th or 36th birthday next January. And that's giving me the, I guess, competitive edge against myself to get stuff done. So the thing is, just make sure that you have a deadline, because I've heard people say, I want to be diamond by this date, by this date, by this date. It obviously can be done I've seen it on YouTube now, 3 weeks. It doesn't matter. But make sure that, like what Terriann was saying, if you are competitive, that when you're going, that you're making sure that you can keep up with the people, because I like what she said, because whenever 21 Day Fix released in February of 2014, yes. I was super excited about it. I did all the research. I had blog posts about it. I talked about it to the point that I thought that everybody on my Facebook would buy it just so I would stop talking about it. And I set this crazy goal because I started working 6 weeks out before it even released. And I knew everything about it before it even hit. So I knew what I was capable of. And I also knew that I wanted to get the cruise. I don't know, whatever the trip was the next year. Oh, Cancun. I wanted to get Cancun, I think, paid for, whatever the Success Club trip was. So I calculated, and so I had a deadline, and I had something I was going for, but I calculated that how many Success Club points I would need to be able to have the cruise paid for by the end of February. And I did it. I had 120 Success Club points between myself and Ryan. But you know what happened? Not one damn person finished 21 Day Fix. You know why? Because I wasn't working with them closely, because they were just a number, because I didn't have the time to work individually with them. So as much as I will say Success Club is super important, I don't ever want to downgrade it. And I hope that you see this as a non-negotiable every month. Make sure that what you are going for is really not a competition with anybody else, but yourself and what you can take on, because there's nothing worse than I've seen is seeing coaches go gangbusters and do awesome in the first 3 months and it becomes so overwhelmed that they quit. And I've learned this from being in the business for years, is that sometimes slow and steady wins the race. But whatever it is, focus on the people. And then when you have the transformations and you have the rapport and you have the relationship with these people, like Terriann was saying, the person that lost 20-some-odd pounds and never had a transformation. Whenever you have that, that speaks a testament to what you're doing. If you can't be hands-on with people, you're never going to have those people that have those transformations, and your career as a coach will be very short-lived. And it's not saying that you can't recover from stuff. And one thing that I shared on the call this morning was that, honestly, besides my 2015 coaches that came on from October, November, December, I have none of my 2015 coaches left. I bet you most of you wouldn't even know that. But so, there's going to be failures and bumps in the road. And honestly, it is a law of numbers and also a law of attraction that really dictate your success. Because like Terriann said, it's frustrating that why aren't people wanting the same thing that she wants? And I see that there's a lot of disconnect in the coaching industry, is that there's a certain people and they get it and they have a certain way of doing it. And unfortunately, we attract people that are as opposite of us and we don't know how to motivate them. So that's where personal development really comes in, because you can learn empathy and you can learn patience and you can learn kindness and you can learn the right ways to build relationships, to draw them out and learn how to work with people that are opposite, caliber of you. And the biggest thing is that if you are steadily bringing in 3 new challengers every month and you're working with them to the best of your ability and making them be a loyal customer and making them, fall in love with you, and you're the best friend that they've never had and they're getting results that they always dreamt of, then those people are going to turn into coaches. They're going to turn into a rock solid team. And then you're going to have your rock stars. So I think that, the people who only hit Success Club every other month or only help one person a month, then you can look at somebody like Terriann and be like, oh my God, this woman's on fire. I'll never be like her. Well, you don't know that she's, has 26 Success Club points and 20 Success Club points. So the thing is, just make sure that when you're setting your goals and comparing yourself, that you make sure that if you say like, God, I can never be somebody, that you make sure you interview that person and find out what their life is like, what actions they're doing, and what type of personal development they're doing, and make sure that your actions are matching them before you even say you can't be like them. And so study them because success leaves clues. Does anybody have any last questions before we end the call? Or Terriann, any other thoughts?
Thanks for having me. I blow behind camera, I'm sorry. Glad to be here.
Does anybody have any questions? Anybody, any questions? Okay, well, if you don't have any questions.
Yeah, I've got one. I've got one.
Okay, yay.
All right. You know, I've got no problem with this already. I'm more than open to everybody going out, you know, to say, hey, this is what I got going on. This is what I've done. Hey, it's easy. Stick to it. Blah, blah, blah. It is what it is. But how do you go out to a crowd that says, hey, I want to do it. I've been trying to do it for this long. I've tried this, and this, but it hasn't worked. How is this going to work for me? I mean, I can put 1,000,001 reasons into one, you know, saying how Shakeology, Beachbody has changed my life. But to most people, you know, what they're thinking in their mind is that, oh, it's just another sales gimmick. This is just something that's just going to try and get me to buy something and keep me buying something every single month. I'm trying to get as much perspective on this as I can. I mean, I've got how many other people on this call right now? This is something that I'm struggling with because I've got tons of people on the end of my lure right now. I mean, I could reel them in bit by bit by bit, and it's going to take maybe 1, 2, 3 months to get them fully committed. But at the same time, I want to know how is this. I mean, you guys are saying, you all have hit 22, Success Club 20, 26, whatever it is, you know, multiple coaches a month, customers, clients, whatever you want to call it. How do we do this and be consistent? Because you can give them all the results in the world. You can show them everything that you're doing all in one, but how are you going to make it something that's going to stick? Not just some little 30-day diet fad. They're going to see the results. They're going to see this shit happen, excuse my language, in the first 2 weeks. I mean, I've had so many people sign up and be like, man, I'm doing badass. I've lost 14, 15 pounds, 20 pounds in the first 2 weeks. I'm going to keep going with it. And they see the results, but all of a sudden they know it's in their mind. They can get these results in this amount of time, so then they can slack off. Boom, for this amount of time. And they're going to all of a sudden start gaining weight again, and they're going to see it come back, and they're going to be like, ah, shit, I got to get back to what I was doing before. I've still got leftover bags of this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and keep on trying it until I get back to where I was, and then I'm going to slack off again. You know what I mean? That's what I'm battling right now, because I went literally 1 coach away from Diamond to right now 3 active coaches from 10, 9, 10, something like that. So well, I mean, I want everybody's input from this, not just Terriann, not just Mindy, not just Melissa, anybody that's here, man. I mean, I really want more perspective on this, because this is something that I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to make this, you know, run for my money, but I'm trying to get everybody to see that, you know, the longer they stay in it, the longer the better, you know what I mean? So any inputs?
So oh, go ahead.
You know, we both were just going to jump right in. So I've been thinking a lot about this morning since we were talking this morning. And one of the things that I've noticed when I have somebody who is just kind of like teeter-tottering, and I mean, I've been doing this over 2 years now. I started implementing personal development from the beginning, and it made such a big difference. People are more consistent because they're realizing what internal stuff, and they're still walking around with that baggage. They're still getting that quick fix. Oh, in 22 days I can drop 14 pounds and then I can go back to eating like shit. Well, we know that that's not the reality, right? This is a lifestyle change. And at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you again, don't hold that on yourself, because it's not about you. You're showing up every day. You're being consistent. You're showing that with sleep deprivation and being away from your family, that they can do it. So I don't want you to so internally on yourself, but maybe incorporating into your challenge groups. Well, and maybe if it's even just like a short video that you've seen that's inspired you, But figure out what the goal is, right? And so when they get those objections of saying, well, Shakeology is too expensive and I'm getting off and things like that, talk how hard and willing to give up. That price tag out. Has his
Hey, Melissa.
breaking up.
Yeah, I can't. We're only hearing every other word.
Okay, go ahead.
I think I know what she was saying, and like I know Adam's been doing it. That he implemented personal development right off the bat, just like Melissa did. And when I started implementing personal development, it changed. So the biggest tip that she was saying, I think, was that you have to have a challenge group because that gives you a way to, number one, privately work with people, and then your challenge groups. And that was one of the things I was asking if everybody wanted that topic next week, because I don't want to get too in depth in it. But when you have a challenge group, it gives you a private area to work with your coaches, so you know exactly what they're doing, and you tell them that you created a safe zone and a confidential place for them. That's where you get to know them. That's where you can pick out your leaders. That's where I recruited Dawn McGrew out of, because I could see she was one of those people that was coach material, that was a Beachbody lifer, somebody that was driven and didn't need me to hold her hand, but liked that I was there for her. So those are the people you want. And that was kind of what we talked about in the call earlier today, with what I've been learning through the branding consultant. Was she said that you can't get full success with half effort. So the thing is, if you have to push, pull, drag somebody, then those people you don't want. And I know in the beginning when you're trying to hit Success Club and you're trying to make your upline happy, or you're trying to hit this goal that you said you were going to do, it's so easy to get distracted. But you need to be picky and intentional too about who you're attracting to. But make sure that, number one, in your challenge group, you're paying attention to who's the competitive one, who's the ones that can work out without you whenever you're working an 18-hour shift, but then is always happy to hear from you. You know, make sure that you are sharing with them the 4 vital behaviors. So that goes with that you're checking in with them that they're working out and they're loving their program. You're doing the same. You're checking to make sure that they've started drinking their Shakeology as soon as it comes, not waiting till they start the program or they decide to open the box. Making sure that you're drinking your Shakeology, making sure that you're doing your personal development, and that you're also somehow incorporating it into your challenge group. I don't do it every day, but about once a week, I'll post a YouTube video. I try to do like a 3 to 4 minute video because most people won't watch a 7 or 8 minute video. But I implement these things so that they can start having the success and the change in the mindset. So those are the things I suggest, is making sure your challenge groups are happy, or where you're putting most of your attention, and that you're really working with people that want to fucking work. And like Melissa said, there is no reflection on you. There are so many people that have said they wanted to do stuff. There's people who go in and they say they're going to do this with little results. And then there's people who come in who are shy and are timid and say they don't want to do anything. Like Melissa Barta is one of them. She said, I don't want to coach. And then she took off. And she was my first coach that really made me think I can do this. So the thing is, you're going to have the people that aren't ready. And, you know, and just feedback from watching you, Adam, I think we're all in awe of you. I think that we can all agree, right? Everybody knows Adam's abs. Everybody loves watching Rena cook for him, and then their workout pictures when we're happy when they're home working out together. We know who the fuck you are. However, you are really intimidating. And I told Dawn this. Sorry to pick on you, Dawn. But you guys you just got it, and it makes sense to you, and you're out there, and most people don't. And most people don't want people like that. I mean, I say that because they're scared, because you guys are so awesome and you just have to do it. This is one thing that Brandon and I always talk about. He's always spot on with his workouts and his food. People are like, I can't compete to that, and they're going to judge me. I know you guys won't, but I'm saying that maybe scale back some of your super awesomeness and just post it in Team Relentless and show a little bit of struggle. Because when you start doing that, people are like, oh, I get that. You know, when you talk about the... a second, sorry. Okay. You know, when people see all the awesome stuff, they just think I can never do that. I can never do that. So you need to start talking about your emotions. That I know how you feel. Like you sent me all the stuff that we turned in for your, you know, results and everything. Start talking about that. I felt this way, and then share with them steps of how you got to where you are. Because literally, people who start following you now are like, oh my God, you know, Rena and Adam, they're just like this power couple. She cooks all his meals and they seem so happy. And he works out every day no matter what. And he's just always been this super awesome, positive guy. And they've been so great. But they don't realize that you couldn't get off the couch and you didn't want to leave your house 9 months ago. You know? So you need to start sharing that stuff because you were wanting to appeal to the old Adams. Does that make sense?
Here's my thing, though. I mean, that's my hardest thing. My hardest part is that I don't want anybody to feel like they need to be in competition with me. I don't feel like anybody needs to try and keep up with me. I'm just trying to set a new standard. I'm trying to set the bar high for everybody. I mean, for everybody that's on Team Relentless. I mean, we all know right now that Diesel Nation is, I can't reach that high. Diesel Nation's up here. Mindy's there. Mindy's part of the A1 team, Diesel Nation. She's up there with them. My goal right now, my goal to everybody is to be right there at that same level, no matter what. I mean, it all takes just one step. It's to start with the program, start with the process, to trust the process, to have that significant other or that other person, maybe that other team. Everybody here is so damn supportive that you have a secondary family sitting right here in front of you every single day. And I don't want anybody to think that it's a competition, you know, something you need to keep up with, you know, and if you can't keep up with it, that it's something that you got to quit right away because you know what, this is not it. That's not it whatsoever. I mean, this right here has been my motivation. I just happen to have a physically demanding job that helps me get twice, if not 3 times as much of a workout every single day. So I've been able to achieve these results. And not only that, I have the most amazing partner in the world in my wife, you know, that's going to go above and beyond for me and, you know, prepare my meals for me to make sure that I'm fueling my body properly throughout this 10 days that I'm gone, making sure that I'm following the meal plan to whatever program that I may be doing. If it was 21-day fixed extreme, Masters Hammer and Chisel right now, 22-minute hardcore. She's telling me every day you cannot have carbs, you cannot have fruits every minute after 5 p.m. This is what you need to do to make sure that you're keeping your abs and make sure that you are getting the perfect results. I mean, I'm like, hey, I don't want anybody to try and compare themselves to me. I don't want anybody to say, hey, this is what we need to do to get it. God, hey, that's what's killing me right now, I believe, is that I'm not able to get more prospects, more coaches, more because they're saying, you did this in this short amount of time, this is what I've got to do, and if I keep going, I'm failing you. Bullshit.
So start sharing that, Adam. Start sharing that. Because you want that, and you have those high expectations. What Mindy's saying is there's people out there that are so broken that they need your help, and they don't know how to get to that level. And so you have to get on their playing field and say, it wasn't always like this. I wasn't always getting ripped and motivated to get my ass off the couch. I wasn't always a part of an A team. There was times where I felt desperate and I didn't know what to do. And here's how I found my way. So let me show you that my life is not perfect. I've struggled. I have been unmotivated, but this is how you do it. And I'm going to be here with you every step of the way. And when you want to lay down, I'm going to lay down with you and pull your ass back up. That's what people need. They don't want somebody saying, we're a part of this team that you can't even touch them, and they're amazing, and I want you to feel it, because I can tell you I've done that, and I've lost people along the way. And I know Mindy's done that too. And it's intimidating because people are broken, and they're coming to need someone to help support them. That fucked up people like me can change their lives. And excuse my language, but that's just the reality of it. And that's why I've started going live. That's why I broke down this morning when I flipped out on my kids, because I need people to know that just because I'm elite, just because I have a downline of 1,000 people in 2 years and I was able to walk away from my job at 15 months, doesn't mean I'm perfect. It doesn't mean anything. It means that if you grind and you have a dream and you want to change your life, you can. And it doesn't matter if you're a drug addict or you were a victim of circumstance or you grew up on the best street on the block with the most amazing parents ever and your dad's the preacher. You can change your life and you can make it. But we have to show people how to do that, and we have to get down to their level and break it down for them.
I think when I said people were competing, I don't mean that people were competing. It's the fact that in their head, they just say, I can't do it, and they just break themselves down because they've never achieved anything. So you have to show them the process. Number one, where you were at 9 months ago, how you were feeling, because They need to know those emotions so that they can connect. And then you need to say, I did this first, and then this, and then this, and it led me up to here. They need to see the timeline, but they have to have the emotion. And they need you not, they need you to say that I believe in you, and this is, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, and this is where I see you in a year, and so that they have that long-term vision, because what you're saying is a lot of your people have the 21-day vision. So you need to get them to envision where they're going to be a year from now, and that they're going to be with you. So I need you to focus on, I think, that more videos of you talking, more videos of you talking about how you felt, how broken you felt, what your lifestyle was like before you did this, how long it took Ryan to get you to say yes, what made you change. I think you need to do live videos on Facebook of you and Rena cooking, talking about this is from the Fixate book, and this is what we do, and this is our teamwork, so that you can do this at home. You literally have to hold people's fucking hands. Not because they're stupid, but because they don't believe they can do it, because the world has broken them down and told them that they're stupid, and they actually believe it, and you need to teach them that there's some smart, sexy, confident fucking motherfuckers. And that is the long and the short of it.
Right. That's all it's going to take, and I believe that 100%. I believe everybody out there that, I mean, they have it in them to tell everybody the same thing. You know what I mean? I was leaving the man camp yesterday laughing. I mean, I was carrying my bench, my weights, all my bullshit out to the van or to the bus, and everybody's like, "You're that guy. You're that one. You're that one. You have all that stuff." Yeah, that's me. I'm on a journey right now, you know, and it's an amazing journey. 3 new prospects in a matter of 2 minutes, just saying, "Hey, this is what I've got."
There you go.
Hey, this is what you can do, and I can help you. I can help you every step of the way. You know, and you're giving them that 100% confidence that this is what they need. You know, they don't have the motivation to do it. They don't know how to cook, right? They don't know how to prepare everything. You know what? Listen to this. My wife takes care of everything that I need. You know what? Yes, I step in every now and then. Yeah, I give her 100% credit because she's fucking amazing. Tell every single one of you guys. She does everything that I need, you know, when I'm getting ready to go out of town. But this is what people need to know, is that it's not just a guy that's going to come to you and say, "Hey, this is what you need to do. I'm going to tell you, and this is going to fix all your fucking problems." No. There's another part of me. There's a better half of me that's going to put everything in this perspective for each and every single one of you. It's going to make things easier for you to understand, because it's not coming from a guy covered in tattoos, just rough around the edges, you know, says fuck every now and then. Sorry. It is what it is. I'm me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to change that, because you're not going to get the real me if I don't talk to you the way that I normally do. But that's what everybody needs to realize. Everybody's unique in their own individual way. And if somebody needs to try and connect with somebody on another level, hey, you know what? We have how many different resources? How many people are on this call right now? Sorry, I haven't taken time to look. Maybe 20, 27 that actually think, hey, you know what? I'm going to take time out of my day to make sure this is a part of it, to understand, hey, I want this as my living. This is going to be my future. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. It's change lives. Touch everybody. This right here, all these people that are involved in this group can help you along the way. If you need advice, send out a quick message. Terriann, Melissa, Mindy, Danielle, any of these other people that are on here that are fully capable, very successful. Sorry if I didn't name you. I know there's so many people on here that I haven't connected with on a personal level, but at the same time, so many people on here that can touch your life, can touch your heart, and make everybody understand, you know, what we have in front of us, what we have available to us right now. If we could just understand, you know, through personal development, through network marketing, you know, books. Grant Cardone has touched me in the last 2 days like you guys wouldn't believe. It makes me want to go above and beyond to reach out to the world and let them know that I'm here and I can help you. Not only me, but Team Relentless. Team Relentless didn't show me, but Diesel Nation showed them. Diesel Nation is, I can't even fucking touch that.
I think that I think you need to do some videos recapping what you have been listening to on personal development. So it comes from your mouth, not just like, oh, I read this book, it's done wonders for my thing. You literally have to draw it out for people, and when they see it with your face and your words, that helps, because that's what I've done is like I've shared stories about what I have learned with personal development, and I literally drawn it out or typed it out exactly the steps that it took and how it made me change. When you do that and they connect with you and they can see a duplicatable process, that's when it's going to change. So like my assignment to you is more videos and more 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are the steps I took, because, you know, and I think that like all your workout posts are amazing, but I think that you need to scale back a little bit on that and start talking more about who you were before you started this, and also where you're going and why you're here and what the mental transformation is, because what I'm hearing is your audience doesn't believe in themselves, so they were the same old Adams. So you need to teach them the process. So keep posting your workouts, but scale back a little bit on that, post them in the Team Relentless thing so that you can inspire the shit out of us, and start talking more where we're getting them to see your face and hearing your voice and your words and knowing what's going through your mind. Because if you just post pictures, nobody's going to connect with you. Got it?
I understand 100%. Yeah, and I really need that advice, because right now I'm kind of like sitting at a loss, you know, trying to reach out to people.
Well, you have the Houston Core that's coming up, and if just a little plug in, if you're in Houston and you have not gotten your ticket for the Houston Core and you're wanting to work this business and you're wanting to get connected with your team, get a freaking ticket. And if you can get to Summit this year, bet your ass that you better get your name on a wait list or buy a ticket as soon as it hits for next year, because Summit's going to change your life. And so I think that, Adam, where you're at now is kind of normal, especially because you took off so fast. But these events are really going to change everything for you, and I think you're on the right path. Just start implementing some of the suggestions that I made and that Melissa made about sharing the emotional side in your voice, and I think that will be what's going to help people take that leap and say yes. So, all right, it is 9:17, so I am going to shut this call down. Last but not least, don't forget to answer the poll in the event invite, so I know what topic to go on next week. And if you have any topics that you want in the future, or people that you want to hear on our call, please let me know, because it's very difficult for me to keep coming up with people to ask. So I need to hear from you, because these calls are literally for you guys. And even if I have some of my adoptees that are on the call, chime in as well too, because you guys are my regulars. So anyways, this is going to go up on my YouTube in a little bit, so you can send it out to the people on your downline who happen to miss it. It's been a great call.
Hey, Mindy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you already have a call lined up for May 10th, but Kevin Jensen asked for Katrina and I to speak on his team call. So if you don't and you need something, maybe you could tie it in. And he's got a pretty large team.
What day is it? Oh, May 10th is on. Yeah, I don't think I have anybody. Okay, so I may turn that call into the Team Relentless call.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
just an idea.
Thank you, because Kevin Jensen's the one that I wanted to talk on a Tuesday, and so now that makes sense why he didn't answer, because apparently Tuesday's his call.
Yep, Tuesdays at 6:30 are his calls.
Oh, so that's exactly why he didn't answer mine, because mine's Tuesday at 8:30, and he's Pacific Standard Time. Makes sense. All right, guys. Thank you for all of your input. I've loved this call because everybody's kind of chimed in, and that's really what I wanted the calls to be like, so that we could really connect. So you guys are awesome. Love you. Sleep well. Message me if you need me.